What's going on, guys? This is another video of the stock market, giving you an insight of why I think the stock market is going to go lower before it reaches again all-time highs. Please do not take this as an advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything that I do is for education education purposes, not as an advice to invest in any stock, bond, or ETF. I do want to share something that I find very important. Most people do not know this or just trade because of technical analysis, but it's important to know this information. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I want guys to know that the US dollar trends in the opposite direction of commodities. A falling dollar is bullish for commodities, a rising dollar is bearish. Commodities trend in the opposite direction of bond prices. Therefore, commodities trend in the same direction as interest rates. Rising commodities coincide with rising interest rates and falling bond prices. Bond prices normally trend in the same direction the stock price. Rising bond prices normally good for stocks, falling bond prices are bad. Therefore, falling interest rates are normally good for stocks, rising rates are bad. The bond market, however, normally changes direction ahead of stocks. A rising dollar is a good for the US stocks and bonds. A falling dollar can be bad. A falling dollar is bad for bonds and stocks when commodities are rising during deflation, which is relatively rare. Bond prices rise while stocks fall. Why am I saying this? Because it's important to see what is going on in the market. Now, I think that the stock market is going to go lower for that same reason. I do want to share that this is this website, whatever you want to call it, is a federalreserve.gov. This is an inside information of consumer, and you can check all this other stuff. But I just want to concentrate right now on number, I think it was 20. Well, 23 is important. Automobile loans, which went down. A lot of people, a lot of people think that this is bad, automobile loans. So I don't know. I might short Tesla just because of that. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I want to talk about consumer loans, which decreased right over here. It decreased for the month of April. Very important, guys, because you cannot tell the consumer to spend money when there's no money. Unemployment, it's at the highest, and people are still buying stocks. I do not understand this market, and I do not need to. I just need to know the facts. Base it on the facts, and you'll be fine. I think the stock market is going to go lower. So this is why I think consumer loans. Yeah, the government sent $1,200 to the people in need. However, that's not enough. I'm not saying that it's not appreciated. I'm just saying it's not enough. It's just for a month. What about car payments? What about other food? What about utilities? A lot of people are paying a lot of money, especially today. Rent is very expensive. So it's just to survive for a month or what? It's kind of. I'm not saying it's unappreciated, but you cannot live. You cannot live with 1,200 just for a month, and then reopen the economy, and everyone's gonna get infected. It's just my opinion. Hopefully not. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor nor a scientist, so do not take anything that I say so serious. But this is where the reason why I think now stocks tend to trade in the same direction as bonds. So I don't see bonds going any higher. They actually are at the same level or flat or almost flat, and the stocks keep going higher. This is major divergence, guys. This is not good. I do feel that SPY is gonna drop and TLT is gonna go higher. This is a major divergence right here. TLT being the purple one and SPY being this one. the regular chart. Now, if you don't know, this is a platform, Thinkorswim. So just in case you don't know how to compare a charts, you go to studies, and then you quick study, and then you go compare with all the way down, and then you can put a custom symbol or whatever you want to compare it with. It's just nice. It's nice. TD Ameritrade has this feature. I don't know about other ones, but it does. I think most of them will. So major divergence right here. We see how TLT starts going up and SPY starts going down, and then TLT skyrocketed while SPY started to go lower and lower and lower. And this thing, two things could happen. They're gonna cross each other, and stocks are gonna go higher, and TLT is gonna go lower, or what's gonna happen is they're gonna come close together, and SPY is gonna go down, and TLT is gonna go up. Like as soon as they touch each other, they're gonna go the opposite direction again. But I'm expecting TLT, as soon as they touch, that TLT is gonna go up and SPY is gonna go down. Like they're gonna just bounce against each other, and this is gonna go lower like this, and TLT bonds are gonna go higher. TLT. So that is just my input. Like what happened here. You see when it touched, boom, and this one starts going down. I think the same is gonna happen. I could be wrong, but I do not trust this rally, and those are the main reasons why I'm bearish on stocks and long on bond yields, basically bond yields, because bonds trade the same direction as stocks, but bonds usually they tend to do it before the stocks. So there's on stocks there's a small delay, and then they move. So bonds have not been doing that. Bonds have not been moving higher. They've been either flat or trying to push higher. They did went a little up, but not significantly up like the rally we're having on SPY. So I'm expecting this to close, but as soon as they touch each other, they're gonna bounce back. This is gonna bounce to the bottom, this is gonna bounce to the top. And that's what I'm looking at, and I do think that TLT is gonna go higher. I do think, and I'm gonna continue to be bearish. Like I said, I do think that SPY might touch 300, and TLT might touch 160 again, and then we'll see the big move. I'm expecting more rate cuts, and I think everyone is, and that's why I'm very bullish on TLT. So comment below what you guys think. Do not take anything personal. If you think that the stocks are going higher, give me your insight. We're here to learn and share each other's opinion. Definitely think that consumer is not strong, and it's a little early to tell. However, I'm gonna stand my ground, and I'm gonna believe what the facts are, and not being triggered by this huge rally that we've been seeing from SPY. Another thing that I do want to mention, guys, this, as you can see, the volume starts going down, and this chart is for SPY, not for TLT. Ever since the stock starting to go lower, you see this start to go low. A stock's going up, the volume starts going down. You can see straight from over here. That's not good, especially if you think that we're going higher. This shouldn't be happening. This should be lower, and this should be higher if there was so much confidence there, and there isn't. As you can see, it starts decreasing a little bit by little bit, a little bit by little bit. So just watch out, guys. That's my insight. Let me see if I can put long 3 years. Yeah, no, it's not gonna look right. Well, so this is it. Every time there's a like in the bull market, there's lower volume, huh? Interesting. But this is like that's too much out of like that's way too many years. But definitely keep an eye. We'll see what happens. All right, guys.